Okay. Tell the bitches cross their T's and dot their I's. I came back. Bitches flow still forward. I said, damn bitch, go back up. And I was real woman. Hi. The Tower was the first card to come out. Sudden change, upheaval, chaos, revelation, disaster, awakening, release, sudden insight. I'm gonna keep this out because so a tower moment. Celebration, joy, harmony, marriage, home community, homecoming. But it doesn't literally have to be marriage. It could be somebody that's just like challenge, competition, protection, perseverance, defense, maintaining control. Good morning. There's another card that wanted to come out. Hold on. They're flying out. The hangman, pause, surrender, letting go, new perspective, enlightenment, viewing things differently than before, deep insight, sacrifice, change, release. Inner feeling, self care, self love, codependency, and security. I'm going to have to put these all together. These are a lot of cards that fell out. Ace of Pentacles, abundance, manifestation, opportunity, new career or financial opportunity, new venture, prosperity, celebration, planning, progress, making decisions, discovery, leaving home, travel plans. Hold on. I'm going to put these all together. Okay, so dark side of wealth, financial failure or loss, fleeting success, lack of stability, lack of resources. I think that goes with the tower moment. Yeah, I'm putting all the reverse cards together. Planning, progress, making decisions, discovery, leaving home, travel plans. Mental clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, success, sharp mind, new conflict, surgery. Burden, extra responsibility, hard work, completion. Hmm. We're going to throw those away. Feel like I'm being manipulated in the cards. Definitely don't feel that way. We're going to throw out what doesn't feel right. Yes, you can be manipulated with cards too. Yeah, definitely not. gonna throw those on. Okay, so planning, progress, making decisions, discovery, leaving home, travel plans. We're gonna throw that one out too. Illusion, mystery, dreams, intuition, fear, anxiety, subconscious, premonitions. I'm having a lot of premonitions right now. Says conflict, disagreements, competition, defeat, winning at all costs, sneakiness, bullies, theft, abusive relationships. Burden, extra responsibility, hard work, completion. Mental clarity, breakthrough, new ideas, success, sharp mind. Courage, conflict, independence, focus, zest for life, determination, joy. Queen of Wands. Ace of Pentacles, abundance, manifestation, opportunity, new career, or financial opportunity. This sounds right. Challenge, competition, protection, perseverance, defense, maintaining control. I'm about to read all the reverse ones. It says exhaustion, burnout, deep contemplation, stagnation, restless stress. Pause, surrender, letting go, new perspective, enlightenment, viewing things differently than before, deep insight, sacrifice, change. And I think that has to do with new career. It says surrender, letting go, new perspective, enlightenment, viewing things differently than before. I think that has to do with a career change, because fuck no. Inner feelings, self care, self love, codependency, insecurity. Unfairness, lack of accountability, guilt, dishonesty, punishment. But justice is coming. It says it's in reverse right now because it hasn't happened yet. But it's gonna come. Self worth, hustling, living beyond means, obsession with work, false success. Self discipline, boredom, feeling stuck, perfectionism, work without reward. Lack of long term vision, limited success or rewards, work without results, distractions. Dark side of wealth, financial failure or loss, fleeting success, lack of stability, lack of resources. Sudden change, upheaval, chaos, realization, disaster, awakening, release, sudden insight. And what does this look like? A whole bunch of people falling. Let's draw some more cards. These was talking about some shit that I'm not interested in at all. Nobody can tell me how I'm going to do something. No, thank you. Some shit I'm not even no longer interested in. Sugar-coated. Sweet words, hidden sting, avoiding the real issue, too good to be true. Read between the lines. Love bomb. Intense attention, biggest gestures fast, over the top affection, too much too soon, too fake. Drama magnet. Chaos follows them everywhere. Constant beef, constant stories. Peace feels boring to them. You don't have to join the show. Main character energy. Main character energy. We already know that shit. Drunk text, breadcrumbs. Thank you. Boundaries. Catfish. Truth revealed. Mixed signals. Karmic lesson. Unbothered. Plastic smiles. New chapter. Level up. Commitment issues. If I get hit. Closure. Money talk. Family drama. Energy vampires. Shut it down. Divine timing. I told you, everything is in divine timing. Fake friends. This is shit I already know. And literally, this song is on. These bitches ain't shit and they can't say nothing. Third party. Spill all the tea. Social media mask. Healing era. Envy watching. This is shit I already know. Let's just read this one. Blocked and deleted. Says I have a secret crush. Red flags. Influencer status. Gossip mill. Office politics. Online obsession. There's a lot of people who are obsessed with me online. Intuition. Wake up call. Jealousy. Silent treatment. CEO energy. Self-care mode. Let me go over. I haven't really done this tarot. I kind of want to do this one. This is a new one. This is Pop Art Tarot. This is a new deck. I haven't really done this. It says talent. Cultivating your partnership, dedication to your career, skill development, showcasing your talents, receiving financial rewards, gaining financial independence, loneliness. I don't feel lonely. I actually feel lonely when I'm around people. I can't wait to never have to talk to anybody ever again. It says greed. I see, but people who are codependent, I'm dealing with people who are codependent. There are people who literally can't sit by themselves. They can't just be quiet. They can't have. There are people who are literally codependent. I know a lot of codependent people. So seeing somebody alone probably is weird because you're codependent because you hate yourself. People who hate themselves can't sit alone because then you have to start thinking about the shit that you do to people. Codependency is something to distract you from who you really are. Literally. I don't feel lonely at all. I can't wait till I never have to talk to anybody else again in life. Like, that's what I ask God for every day. I dislike everybody, and I stand on that. I just care about society, but I don't like people. And the only reason why I care about society is because of God. I genuinely don't give a fuck. A lot of you deserve the bad shit that happens to you, and I don't feel bad. You deserve that shit. You do. It says follow your path, leaving an unhappy relationship, dealing with abandonment issues, quitting an unfulfilling job. I told you, I fucking quit. Quitting an unfulfilling job, a break, seeking escape, prioritizing happiness over financial security. Yes, I fucking quit. Get somebody else to do it. Dreams fulfilled, positivity leading to romance, a joyful relationship, a fulfilling career, recognition of respect in the workplace, abundance, financial comfort, and security, material rewards. Yes, a new job. I'm ready. Yeah, that's never happening again. See, the problem with when you work with people who are below you, they forget that they're below you. Yeah, no, we're not doing that anymore. Equally yoked. Yeah, no, you're not dragging me to hell with you. Sorry that you made fucked up choices in your life and you sold your soul for absolutely nothing, but you're not dragging me down your path. I quit. Now you're all disposable. Literally. It says creative intelligence, a compassionate yet steady partner, earning respect and admiration through wisdom, achieving financial stability, being realistic yet hopeful about financial matters. One thing about me, I live in reality. I don't know what the fuck y'all be living in. Achievements, working on projects with yourself. Yeah, no. Don't throw that one out. Greed, a clingy partner, jealous insecurity, holding on to past relationships, imposter syndrome, paranoia, avoiding collaboration with colleagues, saving for the future. Balance, balancing love, work, and family, adapting to changes in your relationship, managing multiple work projects, managing tight finances, prioritizing bills. Prosperity, a stable, abundance, and prosperity. Yeah, no. New work or that sounds right. New work or business opportunities emerging, investing into your future. Defeat. Frequent arguments, desire to always be right, facing a workplace bully, conflicts over money, feeling taken advantage of, or financially. It says moving on from a relationship or reconciling after a conflict, leaving a stressful work environment, regaining financial stability, applying lessons learned from the past. Yes. I quit. Suffering. Breakup, arguments, conflict, separation, deep sadness, workplace conflict, job loss, loss of assets, division of finances after a breakup. Yeah. Nigga still got a baby, bitch. Truce. No, there is no truce. I don't want a truce. I want to see how far this can actually go. No, let's see how far we can actually take this. Defeat. Instability. Restriction. The Fool. See, I used to be generous. I'm not generous no more. The Magician. The Empress. The Emperor. The Hierophant. Fuck no. The Hangman. Avoiding applying pressure in romance, sacrifice may be required for love, uncertainty in your career, considering your next move. The shift is how you view finances. Yes, no. I no longer am trying to make it work. I quit. Fortunately for me, I have plenty of job opportunities. I quit. Optimism. Exciting possibilities in a new career, position, or project. Embracing risks at work. Enthusiasm for challenges. Temptations to, yes. New opportunities, baby. I can't do this shit no more. Wheel of Fortune. Shifts in your career, new opportunities arising, fluctuations in your financial situation. Yes. See, I know. Get away from these motherfuckers. Yeah, no. I just want to say thank you for everybody who thought they were ruining my life. You actually saved my life. I would have been just like you. Yeah, no. Seen that road. Yeah, no. Lies. Lies in a relationship, potential affairs, feelings of suspicion, gossip and sabotage at work, jealousy among colleagues, shady business deals, fraud, theft, or scams. Yeah, I quit. Intuition, a fresh outlook of relationships, discovering a creative outlet at work, daydreaming about potential career paths, fantasizing of, okay. Yeah, no, we don't want to find love. It says happiness. The High Priestess, be patient in matters. No, we don't give a fuck about that. Yes. The Chariot, taking decisive actions in love, assertive control over your romantic life, high ambitions, motivation, and control in your workplace, determination to achieve financial success. Says success, attraction to meaningful discussions, open communication, and intelligently stimulating work environment. Finally, get me away from these fucking morons. No, like seriously, please. Attraction, romance, flirtation, having unrealistic expectations in relationships, practicing diplomacy at work, mediating financial disputes, using creativity to achieve financial goals. Look, I see what the problem is, bro. I'm just looking, I'm just thinking, like, I see what the issue is. It says passion, impulsive and unpredictable relationships, passion and energy in your work, a sudden increase in finances, using money for travel, broadening your horizons. Yes, I gotta broaden my horizons because this shit ain't it. Oh no. This ain't for me. This may be your dream life, but it damn sure ain't mine. Charisma. Openness and honesty in relationships. Passion and determination in your work. Inspiring for leading others with confidence. Making strong financial decisions. Prosperity came out again. Accumulation says 777. A financial security partnership, building a lasting career, securing a stable future, receiving a windfall or inheritance, establishing a solid financial foundation. It's the triple sevens. Intellectual work. A quiet, reliable, and dedicated partner committed in relationship, dreaming big, pursuing further training, establishing healthy financial habits. Death, shift in your romantic life or the end of a relationship, transitioning jobs, leaving behind an unfulfilling role, experiencing financial loss, altering your perspective on money. Yes, death. Temperance, exercising patience in your relationships, achieving success through patience and moderation, gradual, steady progress, slow and steady financial growth. The devil. I already know. I already know. Lust, disregard for your partner's feelings, obsessive behavior, feeling stuck in your job, blaming others for your dissatisfaction, harmful financial problems. The devil. The tower came out again. It's crazy because it even has the eye on it. The tower came out again. Breakup, the end of a fragile relationship, a profound shift in how you perceive love, unexpected job loss, significant disruptions at work, workplace turmoil. Abundance, achievements. What is this? This is perseverance upside down. One partner carrying the burden, feeling exhausted at work, struggling to keep up, nearing burnout, avoiding financial pressures, attempting to escape. This is overload reverse. Struggling to share burdens with your partner, relief from overwhelming work, finding support, delegating tasks, recovering from burnout, easing financial strain, finding assistance. This is society reversed. Tension between family, community, and your love life. Fear of making a public commitment, financial instability, feeling burned by the need to support family or loved ones. Yeah, that's why I cut everybody the fuck off. Yeah, no, I don't want a truce. I want to see how far this was actually going to go. Because I know I'm going to win. No, let's take it all the way there. Fuck a truce. Let's keep going. It says self-awareness, tapping into your higher self, questioning routines and patterns. These bitches, BJ. Apology. I don't accept your apology. No, I accept your apology, but I just don't want shit to do with any of you. Yeah, no. Leap of faith, divine timing. A new opportunity. Resolving issues, celebration, passion, acceptance. I'm waiting on this new opportunity. Wisdom, confession, realignment. patience, release, rest, fear, pay attention, evaluation, ask your angels, retreat, peace, moving on, embrace, energy activated, overcoming obstacles, obsession. I'm just doing this. Balance, manifestation, recognition, spread your wings, decisions, putting in the work, denial, expansion, stress, declutter, deception, be open to change, dedication, communicate, creativity, happiness, success, strength, awakening, boundaries, sacrifice, abundance. I think I've done all of them now. Just trying to get to you. Good. Mm. I didn't fling, embrace. All right, let's do Bible study. And this is the part that I was supposed to read. I'm trying to think. An eternal promise. This is Genesis. Okay, this is the part that I found too. This is Genesis. So this is the beginning. It says, animals and birds God has designated for that purpose, and Jehovah was pleased with the sacrifice and said to himself, I will never do it again. I will never curse the earth, destroying all living things, even though man's bent is always toward evil from the earliest youth, and even though he does such wicked things. As long as the earth remains, there will be springtime and harvest, cold and heat, winter, summer, all day and night. 9. God blessed Noah and his sons and told them to have many children and to repopulate the earth. All wild animals and birds and fish will be afraid of you. God told him, for I have placed them in your power, and they are yours to use for food in addition to grain and vegetables. But never eat animals unless their life blood has been drained off, and murder is forbidden. Man killing animals must die, and any man who murders shall be killed. For to kill a man is to kill one made like God. Yes, have many children and repopulate the earth and subdue it. Then God told Noah and his sons, I solemnly promise you and your children and the animals you brought with you, all these birds and cattle and wild animals, that I will never again send another flood to destroy the earth. And I seal this promise with this sign. I have placed my rainbow in the clouds as a sign of a promise until the end of time. To you, to all the earth. When I send clouds over the earth, the rainbow, the rainbow will be seen in the clouds, and I will remember my promise to you and to every being that never again will the floods come to destroy all life. For I will see the rainbow in the cloud and remember my eternal promise to every living being on earth. The names of Noah's three sons were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham is the ancestor of the Canaanites. From these three sons of Noah came all the nations of the earth. Noah became a farmer and planted a vineyard, and he made wine. One day, as he was drunk and lay naked in his tent, Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father's nakedness and went outside and told his two brothers. Then Shem and Japheth took a robe and held it over their shoulder, and walking towards into the tent, let it fall across their father to cover his nakedness, as they looked the other way. When Noah awoke from his drunken stupor and learned what had happened and what Ham and his younger brothers had done, he cursed Ham's descendants. A curse upon the Canaanites, he swore. May they be the slowest slaves. Hold on. Do you understand why? Do you understand why? Do you understand what that meant? Do you understand why? Do you understand what that meant? Why would he put a curse on his son for covering him up while he was sleeping naked? Because there was a time period in time where everybody was naked and nobody had any sort of interesting thoughts. That's why I'm cursed. A curse upon the Canaanites, he swore. May they be the lowest of the slaves to the descendants of Shem and Japheth. Then he said, God bless Shem and may Canaan be his slave. God bless Japheth and let him share the prosperity of Shem, and let Canaan be his slave. Noah lived another 350 years after the flood, and he was 950 years old at his death. These are the families of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, who were the three sons of Noah, for the sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth were the, I'm not going to read all the names, but it says their descendants came maritime nations in various lands, each with a separate language. These sons of Ham were Cush. I ain't going to read all these names. It says one of the descendants of Cush was Nimrod, which we know what a Nimrod is, a moron, who became the first of the kings. That's where that comes from, I'm telling you. A mighty heart of his empire included Babel, enriched. Okay, I'm not going to read all these names. It says Memram was the ancestors of the people inhabiting these areas. Okay, it just says all these names. It says eventually the descendants of Canaan spread from Sodom and all the way to Gerar in the Gaza Strip and to Sodom, Gomorrah. It says in the Gaza Strip. And that honestly makes sense. And then if he cursed Ham's people and they was the ones who was on the Gaza Strip, I mean, Gaza has been going through turmoil for years. They are cursed. It has to do with their ancestors. They don't even got nothing to do with them. They are internally cursed. They've been going through shit since the beginning of time. Go back and look at when the Gaza Strip wars and all this shit started. This shit started a long time ago. They are the descendants of Ham, which was Noah's son, which they were perverts. That's why they're cursed. Eventually, the descendants of Can spread from Sidon all the way to Gerar in the Gaza Strip and to Sodom. It says, anyways, it says, these then were the descendants of Ham. These then were the okay, so hold on, let's go back. Eventually, the descendants of Canaan spread from Sidon all the way to Gerar in the Gaza Strip and to Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah, and Sidium near Lasha. These then were the descendants of Ham, spread abroad in many lands and nations with many languages. Eber descended from Shem and the oldest brother of Japheth. Here is a list of Shem and other descendants. It's funny how God always be answering my questions because I be asking him about Gaza, and then he gave me the answer of what's going on in Gaza. I said that. I said it's probably a fucking curse, and he came and told me, "Oh yeah, you were right. It is a curse." It says Peleg, division, for during his lifetime the people of the world were separated and dispersed. And Joktim, Peleg's brother, Joktim was the father of Almadad, Shelphath, okay, all these names. These descendants of Joktim lived all the way from Mesha to the eastern hills of Shephar. If only I knew what these places were, like what they were called back then to what they are now, I would even have more information. It says these descendants of Joktam lived all the way from Mesha to the eastern hills of Shephar. It says then these were the descendants of Shem, classified according to their political groupings, languages, and geographical locations. All of the men listed above descended from Noah through many generations, living in the various nations that developed after the flood. At that time, all mankind spoke a single language as the population grew and spread eastern. A plain was discovered in the land of Babylon and was soon thickly populated. The people who lived there began to talk about building a great city with a temple tower reaching to the skies and proud and eternal monument to themselves. This will weld us together, they said, and keep us from scattering all over the world. So they made a great piles of hardened brick, burned brick, and collected bitumen to use as mortar. But when the God came down to see the city and the tower mankind was making, he said, "Look, if they're able to accomplish all this when they have just begun to exploit their linguistic and political unity, just think of what they will do later. Nothing will be unattainable for them. Come and let us go down and give them different languages so that they won't understand each other's worlds." This is why we all speak different languages. But that didn't stop evil. We just went around it. It says, let's keep, okay, it says, come, let us go down and give them different languages so that they won't understand each other's words. So we all used to speak the same language. It says, so in that way, God scattered them all over the earth, and that ended the building of the city, but it still ended up getting built anyway. It says, this is why the city is called Babel, meaning confusion, because it was there that Jehovah confused them by giving them many languages, wildly scattering them across the face of the earth. Shem's line of descendants included Aphrashad, born 2 years after the flood when Shem was 100 years old. After that, he lived another 500 years and had many sons and daughters. When Aphrashad was 35 years old, his son Shalom was born, and after that, he lived another 403 years and had many sons and daughters. Shelah was 30 years old when his son Ebner was born, living 403 years after that, and had many sons and daughters. Ebner was 34 years old when his son Peleg was born. He lived another 430 years after that, and had many sons and daughters. Don't you think that it's really weird that in the Bible everybody lived hundreds of years? And we have like our expectancy rate is like 60. Do you think that that's quite weird? I think that that's quite weird. Why is that? Why is that? So, what happened? Why are they living 500 years in the Bible and we can't make it past 80? That makes me question a lot. What's really going on? The Bible is not fictional. You're just demonic. And that's okay. You're entitled to your opinion. Okay, so these are. Okay, so meanwhile, Abraham married his half sister Sarai, while his brother Nahor married their orphan niece Milcah, who was the daughter of their brother Haran, and she had a brother named Iscah. But Sarai was barren; she had no children. Then Terah took his son Abraham, his grandson Lot, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, and let yours of Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan. But they stopped instead at the city of Haran and settled there, and there Terah died at the age of 205. I hope that's God answering my prayers, cause bitch, fuck no. After the death of Abraham's father, God told him, "Leave your own country behind you and your own people." I told you, leave your country and your people and go to the land I will guide you to. If you do, I will cause you to become the father of a great nation. I will bless you and make your name famous, and you will be a blessing to many others. See, I told you what the problem was. I gotta leave these niggas in the hood. This is what's been holding me back my entire life. Literally. It says, I will bless you and make your name famous, and you will be a blessing to many others. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you, and the entire world will be blessed because of you. So Abraham departed as the Lord had instructed him, and Lot went too. Abraham was 75 years old at the time. He took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, and all his wealth, the cattle, slaves, he had gotten in Haran, and he finally arrived to Canaan. Traveling through Canaan, they came to a place near Shechem and set up camp beside the oak at Moreh. It says this area was inhabited by the Canaanites. Then Jehovah appeared to Abraham and said, I am going to give this land to your descendants. And Abraham built an altar there to commemorate Jehovah's visit. Afterwards, Abraham left the place and traveled southward to the hilly country between Bethel on the west of Ai on the east. There he made camp and made an altar to the Lord and prayed to him. Thus he continued slowly southward to Negeb, pausing frequently. There was at the time a terrible famine in the land, and so Abraham went on down to Egypt to live. But as he was approaching the borders of Egypt, he saw Sarai, his wife, and told everyone that she was his sister. You are very beautiful, he told her. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, this is his wife. Let's kill him, and then we can have her. But if you say you are my sister, then the Egyptians will treat me well because of you and spare my life. And sure enough, when they arrived in Egypt, everyone spoke of her beauty. When the palace of Aid saw her, they praised her to their king, the Pharaoh, and she was taken into the harem. Then the Pharaoh gave Abraham many gifts because of her: sheep, oxen, donkeys, men, women, slaves, and camels. But the Lord sent a terrible plague upon Pharaoh's household on account of her being there. Then Pharaoh called Abraham before him and accused him sharply. What is this you have done to me? He demanded. Damn. I gotta see if I got the rest of this. This was getting good. This is Genesis. My Bible didn't fall apart, y'all. I don't got all the pages. Literally. Definitely not. No offense, but I really don't care to listen to no scientific thoughts and their opinions on God. Look at how you fucked up the world. I think we need to go back to reading the Bible. Look at how you fucked up the world. We don't care about your opinions. Yes, silence is never wrong. I think that if we would have did what we were supposed to do, yes. None of this was ever supposed to be like this. God has been tearing us up ever since. Some people are just delusional. Couldn't be me. I need to figure out how to get to the end of Genesis because my damn Bible is missing like 40 pages from Genesis. Hi. Let's see. Genesis. I'm going to say Abraham. Where was I at? I was at Genesis 12. Let's see. Genesis 13. Good morning. Abraham went out of Egypt, he and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with him into the south. And Abraham became very rich in cattle, silver, and in gold. And he went on his journey from the south even to Bethel until the place where his tent had been at the beginning between Bethel and Hai, until the palace, the place of the altar which he had made there at first. Then Abraham called on the name of the Lord, and Lot also, which went with Abraham, had flocks, herds, and tents. And the land was not able to bear them that they might dwell together, for their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together. And there was a strife between herdmen of Abraham's cattle and herdmen of Lot's cattle. And the Canaanite and Perizzite dwelled and them in the land. And Abraham said unto Lot, Let's there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my hold on, between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we're brethren. Sorry, this is not like my Bible, so I have to. It's not the whole land before thee. Separate thyself, I pray thee, from thee. If thou wilt take the left land, then I will go the right. Or if thou depart to the right land, then I will go left. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that the water was well watered everywhere, before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, and thou comes up to Zor. Then Lot chose him and all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east. So basically, they separated themselves from one another. Abraham dwelled in the land of Canaan, and the Lot dwelled in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent toward Sodom. But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceedingly. And the Lord said upon Abraham, after that Lot was separated from him, Lift up now not thy eyes, and look from the place where art northward and southward and eastward and westward, for all the land which thou seest, to I will give it, and thy seed forever. And I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed be also numbered. Arise, walk through the land, and the length of it, and the breadth of it, for I will give it until thee. Then Abraham removed his tent and came to dwell the plain of Meroe, which is in Hebron, and built the altar unto the Lord. So basically, God separated them because he seen something in Lot that Abraham did not see himself. And as soon as Lot separated from him, everybody that was around Lot became wicked. Yeah. Sometimes God will take people out of your life because he knows things that you don't know. Literally. And it came to pass, hold on. 12 years they served, and in the 13th year they rebelled. And in the 14th year came Surdamalimer and the kings that were with him to smote the Rephaims in Asheroth. Sorry guys, this is not my Bible. This is like actual like them Bibles that be hard to read. I have to read between the lines and shit. This is how I know I'm getting better though, because I can understand these. I used to not be able to understand these. Mm, I don't know. I would have to go back and reread like where he said that he sent them and where that is geographically on the map. Mm, mm. Oh shit! You can play games on here now. Yeah, you can play games on here now. Mm, mm. I might go to the store and get me some blunts because I actually want to smoke a blunt. I'm tired of smoking my bowl. I can take my phone with me. Need to talk what you know. Stop working about who I'm looking at. Look at just mad at ain't y'all's. I love when I remember who the fuck I am. Like my toxic place is playing delusional to see how far you're gonna take it, and then turning on your ass. That's my favorite fucking spirit animal. Playing delusional to see how far you're gonna take it. All right, let's go get some blunts. It's actually kind of chilly outside, so I kind of want to put a jacket on. It's not that warm. Let me see if I can grab me a jacket. Oh, I was looking for this. Oh, I have a book I can read too. Oh, I did place this in my vision too. In my sight. I got a book I can read. I just want to. Oh yeah, my hydration. I just don't have anything to mix up with now. I have to get a new cup. I'm trying to think of what store I want to go to. I know I got a little jacket here because I just worked out last week, and I know I wore my little black jacket. Okay, I can just put this blue one on. It don't gotta be. I just need a jacket. It's cold. Okay, I got me a jacket. Actually, I think I'm gonna end the live so I can listen to my music. And I will start the live when I get back. Yeah, I will listen to music. I want to listen to me music. Sorry guys, I'm trying to pull this damn jacket down. Alright guys, I'll be back. I'll go live when I smoke. I'll be back. Let me end this. Okay. I'm actually going to delete this because I genuinely don't care. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this. And I'll work on this later. Alright guys, I will probably be back when I get back.